you can't hear. Okay, so we are the Hackimathons team, and we're working with network data. So what we want to do is create a network of a network of the key players in dengue. So what we did was we used Neo4j, and we made a network of the authors, the institutions, the keywords, the publishers, journals, and we linked that all with its in the scope of dengue outbreak prediction. And you could see here a few queries. So this network will give you a full view of the field, or a little bit of a full view of the field in dengue outbreak prediction. And then you can figure out who to talk to, what papers to read, and what topics are being discussed in the field of dengue outbreak prediction. And this will really give the researcher who's asking about it a shortcut instead of trying to go through all the data by himself. And another reason why we like to use the graph database is that it lets you get local insight as well as global insight. And then this can be expanded in the future to a lot more scientific topics, and it won't just be related to dengue. And you could see from the examples here, it went a little too fast, but you can see that you have a paper, and you have the author, the keywords it's involved in, the language, the publisher, and you can really start to build a network of what papers are talking about what keywords, etc. And now I'm going to hand it over to Eric, who will talk to you guys about the text mining we did in R and Python, which we later visualized also in some sort of network.
Yeah, so basically we have the first stage that gathering data and structuring them in a nice format, because the graph database is nice. And so we had intelligence, we tried to add intelligence on top of it with text mining. So we have Philippe not here anymore doing some Python to retrieve some compute similarities and distance between documents. So you can check his code, double check his code. So basically you want to know if a document is near one document, the content is similar, and you can already have an idea. You have some big cluster, so group of documents that are similar because they contain the same content in a sense, and you have some small topics, and you can have some visualization of your content of the world database of documents. I think you have represented here 9,000 of articles publication. So that's just a way, and you have some hub, some articles that are very similar to many others. Maybe that's someone who copy-paste from the various articles. You see, you have this huge cluster and this huge guy. I suspect it is copy-paste from other documents. That's possible. So that's just computing similarities with distance between words available in documents. Now, if we go a little bit deeper into the details, we can think sometimes we have some isolated cluster. So if we see visually some stuff that is isolated in an island, it has to deal with something specific. I mean, it's something different from the others. So we will have to investigate. Maybe there is difference of writing style. So, okay. You can check out also about the author. We have the number of articles written by authors. So we have some authors that are megastars because they write a lot of articles. So it's well known. Okay. So as coming back to the content of the article, we tried with R to extract some topics. That means some thematics. So if we say, for instance, 30 topics, we can try to check and cluster or group of articles between different concerns. And here I tried with 30 contents, 30 topics, and one topic, when we see the evolution during time, arise in nowadays years. So you can see the evolution in time. And coming back to our network, if we overlay the topics on top of the network, we can say more granularity, detailed granularity, better level of details on this big cluster. So the big cluster itself is divided into sub-buckets dealing with some specific topics, such as the one we saw was mathematics modeling, which is nice for data science, whereas we can have some clustering more with biology. So it's a way, 30 is arbitrary, so you can also interface some topics. Then we also have a look at citation, because we have the data available. So how many times an article is cited by other articles. So higher the point, the more citation. Writing many articles is not the way to be cited a lot. So there is no clear relation. I checked. Some megastar writes only one article but are cited many times. So that's another way to explore your network and to see according with topics. Yeah, and then we say, okay, we have papers, we have authors. We try to look at the network of papers, but what if we have a huge network including both papers and authors? And then it becomes more and more crazy, because we've seen a region with a green, and it's a topic green associated with a community of authors, so that's quite correct, but we don't see those authors that are finalists. And then it was 5 o'clock. It was 5 o'clock, and we went even more crazy. So we say, okay, let's pop up. We will put some colors, we will put some arbitrary size, and we'll create some art. And so, yeah, I guess I have the question, so what? Okay, so we have data. Out of those data, we can visualize the content of the publication. And the idea is to, from this data, you can check which article you have to read, how you should write your articles to optimize your publication score and the citation score, who you have to reach. So for researcher, if you want to, you have to enter into the dengue field as your research domain, you can exploit such applications, such investigation, to directly go to the right article, the right author. And thank you to everyone. It was at least pleasant.